Hello, my name is Leif Swanson of Schweikert Audio, and here we are at AXPONA 2016 in the Burton Room. To my right is Ron Laporte of Blue Smoke Entertainment Systems, and to my left is Kevin Hayes of VAC Amplification. We're going to let them walk you through what we showed here at the show. Hope you enjoy.
Okay, again, Ron Laporte from Blue Smoke Entertainment in Deerfield, Illinois. Local dealer for all the products in this room. Starting at the beginning of the system, we have the latest Blue Smoke Entertainment Systems with black box. This is the Ultimate. So this is the debut of the Ultimate server. Unique to this and new for us is a separate linear power supply for the USB and yet another linear power supply for the AES EBU coming out of this unit. So it's a tremendous unit, just new to the market. It's a prototype box, but it'll be pretty much the same. That'll be $7,000. We go from there into the MSB Diamond DAC 5. This one has the Galaxy clock, which is the 77 femtosecond clock. We're running that over a USB input into their quad USB. From there, we'll go into the VAC equipment, and we'll let Kevin speak about that.
Thank you, Rob. This is the VAC Signature SE preamplifier. What shall I say about this? It is a fully balanced unit. This particular one is equipped with the internal optional phono stage as well, which we didn't use this particular show. Remote control for all the essential functions. And due to the Class A push-pull internal construction for the triode tubes and the transformer coupling, it breaks long-form feedback loop interactions between source components, like this lovely DAC, and power amplifiers and their feedback loops, and also tends to isolate galvanic currents in the system, which allow the source to be less disturbed and give its very best performance. And that's what we're all about. When you put a VAC component in your system, we want that system to sound better, to make everything else you have be the very best it can be. From the Signature preamplifier, we go to the new Signature 200 IQ power amplifier. This is configurable as either 100 watts per channel stereo, or with a flip of a switch, 200 watts mono, which is the way we ran them here, one for each channel. This employs 4 KT88 output tubes, or could also use KT90s, KT120s, KT150s, and features the patented VAC IQ circuit, which is the only system in the world capable of watching and monitoring the true underlying idle current of the vacuum tube and the output tubes at all times, no matter what music you're playing, how loudly you're playing. You can always see with a resolution of finer than 1% what the underlying baseline is and hold that steady continuously. And that allows the balance of the amplifier to be more precise, optimizes the tube function, gives more detail, more nuance, more dynamics, and practically speaking, it also, by virtue of taking care of those bias settings automatically, make the amplifiers plug and play from the audiophile's point of view, and literally prevents gas current runaway tubes from happening. The most common kind of tube failure you see, tube turns orange, the fuse blows, never happens. The cycle of thermal runaway never even gets to start with this circuit. And it also will tell you when the tubes require changing. So it is a wonderful thing to live with as well as listen to. Fully balanced input capability. We ran fully balanced here at the show. And the power was delivered, of course, to the fabulous von Schweikert VR55 speakers.
You know, you can have the greatest amplifiers, you can have the greatest electronics, or you can have the greatest speakers, but it's not one product all by itself. It's a combination of everything. And what we had here, what I felt in my heart was, and in my ears, is we had really good synergy. You know, there's so many factors that come into play. The room, you know, sound treatment, but this was a really, really good combination of electronics. It was fabulous. From the electronics, we were using all MasterBuilt cabling, and what was really nice about this show is this is the first time that we truly were able to run a full loom of Ultra cables, starting with the Ultra USB cable from the DAC. We're running the MasterBuilt Ultra interconnects to the preamplifier, and Ultra interconnects to the monoblocks. Going from the monoblocks, we're running the Ultra bi-wire speaker cables into the VR55s, the debut of the MasterBuilt Ultra power cords. So we were running a full Luma Ultra and the VR55s. You know, it's the same thing. This speaker was designed to be ultra low in distortion. Accuton honeycomb drivers, woofers, Accuton mid-range drivers, and we have the ScanSpeak Beryllium tweeter that's specially doped. It never gets glassy. It stays very smooth, but yet we can still maintain the full frequency response of the tweeter without any of the edginess. We have a rear ribbon tweeter. This is our ambience retrieval system. This is controllable. There's a knob on the back of the amplifier plate so you can adjust its volume. The VR55 woofers are active. There is a very neutral 525 watt booster amp that is actually taking its signal from Kevin Hayes monoblocks. So it takes a high level signal in, and we get to capture the beautiful sound of the tubes through the woofers, even though we have a booster amp in between it. It's also fully adjustable.
Okay, let me just add in some of the other support features here. For vibration control, we have the harmonic resolution system, the SXR rack system here, and with the MX3 isolation bases for each piece of equipment in here. That also makes a significant difference and reduces the smearing and loss of detail that is common with vibration in components. Then we have our room treatment. This was a somewhat challenging room, and we spent some time on this. One particular area in this room, we had a particular bass modal problem, about 61. We have some adjustable Helmholtz traps here, bass resonators, and that particular one is in the proper area, and we were able to tune that to 61 hertz and bring down the decay significantly in the room. And we also have a variety of, this is SMT out of Sweden, their products that we are involved with in bringing to the U.S., and a number of their wings, which is a very broadband, unique diffuser system. These are the V-wings that we have in oak here, and we have a number of these in the room. We also have the some of these acrylic wings here, also what we call his V-wing.
What's the frequencies on some of these too? Operational range?
These are from about, the wooden V-wings will work from about 200 hertz on up to 16K. The acrylic, I believe, is 250 to 16K, and over there the white S-wing, a slightly different shape, that one is 250 to 16K. So we use those, and it gives us a very nice broadband, control in the room, great harmonics, kind of a great envelope of sound as everything kind of comes out in a more uniform fashion. So in combination, I think we achieved a lot of good synergy, as mentioned, and I think it came out quite nicely.
You bring together companies which have passion and do their work with excellence, and the outcome is not hi-fi, but music.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you, David. add something?
We are trying to describe here, if I can be articulate about it, why we like Schweikert better than every other system we tried today at the show. This is by far, by huge magnitude, higher and better sound than everything we heard before. It sounds real. It sounds like a real music. It sounds very emotional, draws you into the music, where every other system we tried today and yesterday sound like a stereo system. We tried Lilium Sonus Fiber on the 12th floor, excellent system, not nearly as good as this. We tried the Alexa from Wilson, what's the name of the company? Wilson, yes. Again, everything is there, but doesn't have emotions that we feel today with the Schweikert. We tried Dyne Audio, what else for the good companies out there? Pretty much every Magical, YG, acoustics and stuff like that. So what we hear this system is like a real live music. This is the track we use the most. This is a track by Lars and John, violinist, playing a Gypsy Nocturne, I believe is the name of the tune. And it's violins are very difficult to difficult, and this has a very silky, smooth, full sound, whereas most systems sound just a little bit screechy and not as good. And most systems have high-end frequencies that are almost unpleasant to listen to, whereas this one contains all the high frequencies. Yes, they're full, they're silky, they're rich, they're creamy, everything's there. On the other hand, there's another thing I wanted to say. This has raw tweeter in the back. We heard another system from Ryan, I forgot the name of his company, has a raw tweeters. So it has a little bit of the silky sound, but then the mid-range is still missing. You know, you have fundamental tone, you have harmonics. I'm not sure what magic you do here, maybe surrounding drivers, so probably beyond drivers. But this has the top, but it has the whole body down there with a bass, with a mid-range that we have never heard it before, that complemented, that kind of a balanced in a full sound. So I really have no faults to find here at this speaker. I can say this is the best speaker I've heard in my life.
Oh, wow.
20 years of audiophile listening.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.